Alright, so welcome back to Tidal Blades, Heroes of the Reef. So we're going to talk about fighting monsters in this one. Just a basic understanding of how you fight monsters anyways. So you'll notice that this is the giant mud crab here. It has 6 symbols. Okay, in order to defeat this monster completely, you need to be able to roll all 6 of these symbols here. But don't worry, because chances are you won't be able to complete on your first try. You won't be able to roll all of these symbols on your first try, which means you'll need help. And so if you're playing with other players, especially, you'll probably all be trying to defeat this giant mud crab. So when you manage to roll a symbol on here, let's say I rolled one of those, one of these resilience symbols here, you're going to put your little marker and cover it up. Now there's a benefit. When you manage to roll a symbol on here, not only are you going to cover it up with your little character thing, your character marker, you're going to get the corresponding symbol. So, now I get to increase my resilience by 1 more because now my character is covering this up. And I managed to land a single blow on the giant mud crab. Also, you'll notice these 2 here are solid. They're square and not circular. Meaning, in order to roll these symbols, not only do you need to roll these symbols, but you also need to roll a stronger dice as well. In fact, you're going to need to at least roll the blue initiate dice to basically cover up these locations. But if you manage to break through all that hard armor of the giant mud crab, then not only will you get the corresponding symbol to increase synergy, but you'll get to also move your character marker up on the champion tract. That's cool, right? Now, once all of these are covered, once all of these have been covered with the character markers, then the monster will be defeated. Then everyone will gain this reward right here, which is gain an initiate die. So now they gain one of these dice of their choice, either blue or red. And obviously, blue only works with these symbols unless you get the wild. And obviously, red only works with these symbols unless you get the wild, okay? But basically, that's how it's going to work. Now, you'll notice it has invasion on here. So if you do not have a hit marker of your character on here, and the dice is rolled, and it ends up being this monster that attacks, then you're going to lose a dice during the invasion. If another player was able to land a hit and this monster attacked, they won't lose anything. But you will if you failed to attack it and failed to obviously do any damage to it. But that's basically how that's going to work symbol-wise. And then, whoever dealt the final blow to the giant mud crab will gain an additional bonus, which for it, in this case, will be getting to move up 1 on the champion tract. That's cool. Now, one thing I didn't talk about, another way you can move up on the champion track is if you complete a challenge with the judge nearby. If the judge was currently at Droska Rain here, okay, if he was here and you completed a challenge at Droska Rain while he was there, you'd get to move your player marker up 1 on the champion tract. So that's obviously another way you can move up 1 on the champion tract. That's cool. Anybody can do that as long as they complete a challenge right in front of the judge, okay? That's how that's going to work. And after all, it makes sense, because he is the only Tidal Blade left alive. He's the only one that survived that encounter with the monsters 15 years ago. So it makes sense that he's the judge. Now, obviously, when you're rolling dice, you'll lose all of the dice you roll that you're going to use to attack the giant mud crab. Now, this might make you think twice about using all of your dice here in the active dice location. Like if you had 3 dice here and you used them all up, you're going to lose them all too. So it'll make you think twice about trying to cover up all of these locations here. Okay? So that's how that is going to work. You don't want to lose all of these dice too, right? But there is a benefit. You'll notice this giant mud crab has this symbol right here, okay? This symbol is, it has a weakness. It has a weakness to one of the 3 fighting styles. Each arena has a unique fighting style. And if you manage to complete a challenge in that particular fighting style, which I have right here, Cayman has this card right here, so he completed a challenge here, you basically are going to be able to fight this monster at an advantage. It means, depending on how many of these you have here of that symbol, will depend on the dice on how good it's going to be, but you're going to get a bonus dice just to use in this roll, meaning it doesn't affect focus at all. So that means if my focus was only 1, I would still be able to add another dice to the roll as well as that bonus dice. So now I have 2 dice, and one of them is going to be utilized just for the monster. So now, technically, if I only add 1 more, meaning if I only add this one here, because if my focus is 1, and decide not to munch on any fruit, I'm only going to lose 1 dice, but I'm getting to roll 2 dice. Isn't that cool? Obviously, you're still going to roll the danger dice with these dice as well, meaning you'll still be adding shells to your shell shield, most likely. But basically, that's how the fight is going to work if you're fighting a monster. And then obviously you lose all your dice once the battle is over. So that's how that's going to work. Now, I think I've explained pretty much everything you need to know, at least mostly, of how to play the game. So the next videos will only be about getting to know the characters, the individual characters here, a little bit better. See you guys in the next video.